All right, welcome back to the trading stream. My name is David. I'm joined with Brendan. We're gonna take a look at some charts, break down some price action, maybe find some trade setups for everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. I know today's not the typical trading show day, but because we missed yesterday, we were stuck. Could not travel back home, and so here we are today. Brendan, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I heard you made some money on an XRP trade.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Tell me.
Absolutely beautiful.
Show me.
Yeah, right here. So, I called this out on the show earlier. I said that I got my breakthrough through my trend line, and I was just waiting for my change of character, which would come around $2.14, which it did. And then I got a tiny fair value gap, but it was still a fair value gap, which is beautiful right here. And I entered on my midpoint of my fair value gap, which was at 21469. And then it just pushed and it made consolidation zones, and I just trailed my stop loss from up here. My stop loss was at the top of the highest wick of my fair value gap, which was this right here. It didn't even edge it, nothing. It just got in there and then pushed right back down, which was absolutely perfect. Once I got to about this point right here, which was $2.14 and $2.1402. I took out half of my position, and then I just let the trade play through for the rest. And I ended up banging this trade down here, came down, wicked down, and I mean, it just hit it again if I would have stayed in it longer. But regardless, it was just a great trade setup. It worked out perfectly, and my stop loss was able to be trailed perfectly and not get hit. So
What was that, a 2-to-1 trade, 3-to-1?
4.
4-to-1. Oh, no, 5-to-1.
Yeah, 5-to-1.
Good shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Big time.
So are you looking to reverse this trade back up, or where do you think XRP is going next?
So with the standing of what today's doing, I was bullish earlier on the day, but based off of what I'm seeing on Bitcoin and Solana and the stuff I regularly trade, and XRP runs a little bit with Bitcoin, and I'm looking bearish now. I'm not looking for any type of reversal. If I get one, if it happens, then I'll see what I have. But as of right now, I'm just looking to make trades that are going bearish. So if I get another good trend line down here, if this moves up and it makes me a nice trend line, then I'll take a bearish trade. But I don't want to force myself into any bullish trades and get stopped out or anything like that. That would suck.
Yeah. And you're on the low time frame. Let me pull up an XRP chart myself here. I'm looking for, what I'm going to look for is a potential bullish divergence. We'll see as XRP continues to make lower lows. Let's see what RSI is telling us. So RSI is giving us a little bullish divergence here on the 1 minute time frame. Now remember, this is a 1 minute time frame, and so take this with a grain of salt. Really been in a bullish div since about 10:51 this morning Pacific time, so almost an hour ago. You can see we're getting rejected at this large volume node. We've consolidated here a few times, right? This has been a bounce, consolidation, breakdown, attempt to reclaim, fail. Reclaimed, consolidated, failed. We have a blood diamond. So I expect XRP to get rejected again here at around 213.9. 213.97. And so we're waiting to see, and you can see here, it's already kind of starting to trend down a little bit. Let me go ahead and maximize this pane here. You can see we got to wick up to that market cipher band, that ribbon 8, which is around 213.79. And you see XRP is falling currently. Didn't quite get up to this large volume node, but I expect this thing to put in another lower low. We'll see what RSI does. Can RSI put in a higher low? But yeah, I mean, it's very obvious that the XRP trend right now is down. And so if I'm trading this, I'm looking to make money with trading XRP. I'm looking to short the resistance levels versus longing the support levels. In my experience trading, things fall a lot faster than they rise, right? You can start seeing cascading liquidations to the downside. You do see them to the upside, but in my opinion, if all things considered are the same, you could make a lot more money trading to the downside if we start getting big moves than you can trading to the upside. And so that would be my thing. And again, XRP, we're looking if this bearish momentum continues, we're looking to take out around 212.88 on XRP. This was, I mean, if we use our wicks here, right, that's right where it is. Close is sitting right around 212.98. And so this is a level I keep my eye out for. If we do put in a lower low, we'll take a look at RSI. Is that RSI putting in another higher low? And then maybe we flip to more bullish. But as of right now, and you're also seeing on the 1 minute time frame, guys, you're seeing a little bit of a potential head and shoulders pattern here, which should break to the downside if it plays out. And your measured move, there's a lot going on in my chart here. Your measured move from your neckline would be a trip down to 211.79. And so do that information as you will. But if I'm trading this chart, I'm looking for a short, just like Brendan is. And say, just don't fight the trend. And as I say this, XRP is looking to make another break up. So this could be adjusted. Maybe it comes back up and, right, we get rejected at this large volume node, which XRP looks like it should do. And if it does, and we take this trade down, and this thing does break, that's a 1% move. Intraday, that's pretty damn good, right? Depending on if you're using a lot of margin or if you're using a lot of leverage. You can see here, it got rejected again, and it's coming back down. This time, we had a higher wick on the 1 minute, getting all the way up to around 213.88 versus the previous one, which is around 213.80. And you're seeing a break to the downside here on XRP. I do want to take a peek at Aerodrome. MATIC did a Aerodrome chart earlier for us. I'd like to just kind of give you my perspective. We're seeing a lot of false signals here on market side for A and B. We're seeing blood diamonds get invalidated. We're seeing green dots get invalidated. And we're kind of chopping sideways. And volume has decreased. If you look at market side for B, let me rotate the RSI down and bring market cipher B back up. 6 hour. I mean, we got a pristine long entry signal, right? We had our anchor wave and then followed by a trigger wave, guys, and this thing failed. Then we had a second trigger wave, which also failed. And another trigger wave, just the last candle close. And then we got dissenting signals from market cipher A. We got a reversal signal, right? The trend was up. Price was going up. And we got this reversal signal here, the purple/blue triangle. But on the flip side, on B, we got a sharp V-shaped recovery on momentum, right? Money flow is still in the red. VWAP expanding to the upside, sitting at 16.3 currently. And price is moving down. Now, we do have a strong support level here in terms of volume, right around 66.57 cents, which Aerodrome is currently trading at right now. Can it hold that level? We've seen it hasn't held that level, and as I move the chart, the volume moves as well. But this is going to be a key level for Aerodrome to hold. At the end of the day, this thing is chopping. Its range is starting to get a little tighter, so just keep that in mind, guys. You want to call this a bull pennant. You want to call it just a symmetrical triangle. Whatever you want to call it, I do feel a break is coming. And my bet is this is going to be a break to the upside. And so we talked about fundamentally on Aerodrome, what I believe, and that has nothing to do with the charts. But from a charts perspective, could we see one more trip down and retest the bottom end of this range around 65.8 cents? If it does, this is one of the few charts that I want to be longing. Okay, I want to be longing Aerodrome, not yet, down at around 65.836 cents. This is on the 6 hour time frame again. If we go down to maybe the 1 hour time frame, you can see how this price action has been playing out. We've had a couple deviations below this trend line, and we've seen bounces right back up, right? This deviation was down to 64.554. We rallied around 7%. The latest deviation was at 6 in the morning Pacific time. Deviation rallied almost 10%. Now coming into a 1 hour potential bull flag pattern here with invalidation sitting at, where's invalidation? Validation sitting at 67.465 cents. Move this up. Let's go in here, 67.465. 465. There's your invalidation of this bear flag. And you see just how these fib levels play out, my friends, right? Almost a perfect wick down. This wick low here was 67.648. So not too far off from our invalidation here in terms of our fib levels. And this measured move, guys, if this bull flag pattern does play out and we get that breakout here right at that 50% fib level, you're talking about a move back up to above 72 cents, right around 73.53. And it's a pretty good sized move, you guys. It's a 10% move. Almost a 10% move. Let me pull this back up. And we'll keep it there. This is around a 9% move on Aerodrome intraday trading. I mean, if you're using leverage, you multiply that by, I don't know what kind of leverage you degenerates are using. I'm also a degenerate, so sometimes I go 15, 20x. But if you're using a 5x, I mean, that's pretty good returns on a market that's kind of been boring and chopping sideways. And so that's one thing to keep an eye out on. In fact, let's go ahead and prompt a trade here. I'm going to do it on both accounts. I'm going to do it on my spot trading account. I'm also going to do it on my client funding demo trading account. We're going to go market. We're going to go 60. We're hoping to get a wick back down. We're going to stay patient. We're going to go 67,465. So 67,465. We're going to go max. We're going to go limit buy order. Let me just double check. 67,465. Yes. And we're going to put our stop loss right below our 50% fib level. Let's go ahead and drop it right below this ribbon 6 on market side for 67,224. 67,224 is going to be our stop loss. Let's go ahead and put that in. 67,224. That's a very tight stop loss. And we'll put our TP right below that measured move. We'll put it at 72.25. Nice little, what is that? A 12-to-1 trade. Let's just make sure everything is correct. 67465. Buy arrow. And so this limit order is in. We'll see if it fills. And again, I'm also going to be putting it on my my client funding account on Bybit as well. Anything you're seeing on Aerodrome that maybe I'm not seeing? I was working more the hour, the 6 hour. I know you like to work those super low time frames like the 1 minute. Are you seeing anything here?
Yeah, so actually there's a trend line, a nice trend line on Aerodrome on the 1 minute. So what I'm looking for on the 1 minute is just a breakthrough like I usually do and like I explain in every other trade that I give you guys. I'm just waiting for a breakthrough of this trend line, and then my change of character would come around 68 cents. And then I agree with you, David, that if it starts to push up, it would go all the way up to about 72. I'm willing to ride it all the way up there, but my move, probably my first move, because it's such a low time frame, I would probably take it up to this high from that 68 point or even a little bit higher and trail my stop loss while I'm moving it and just try and get the most bang for my buck that I could get. But Aerodrome does look good for a break to the upside right now. I really like it, especially with the strategy that I run. If it continues to trend and bounce off my trend line right here, that even makes it better because then I know that it's making a more of a trend and it could push right back through. So me personally, I'm looking just for something so similar as you, just to see a break to the upside and continue to have it keep moving. That's all.
Jake, were you like Rob? No, someone's out back. Gracias. Backdoor Rob. Okay. So we have that trade set up. We'll see. We'll get pinged if this thing does fill. I did put it into my my Bybit account as well. Also, guys, if you're watching, well, first of all, if it's your first time, welcome. I'm David. This is Brendan. He's been joining our show for the last 3 weeks. This kid is very impressive. He's been just all he does is trade charts all day. He's pretty good at it, and so we wanted to give a different perspective to the people watching. If there's anything you'd like us to take a look at chart-wise, please let us know. Also, yes, make sure you sub to the channel and like the video. I'm just going to go through the chat here real quick. Riley said, what do you think about Kaspa? Fundamentally, I think Kaspa is great. I think Kaspa needs another cycle. I think Kaspa needs more dApps, obviously. But, I mean, you can't, I mean, if you're just solely talking about the tech and what it can do and the promise of Kaspa being a proof of work scalable layer 1, the whole solving the blockchain trilemma. Yes, it's all good. Let's take a peek at it from a price action standpoint. Then I want to take a look at Solana. In fact, Brennan, you've been doing really good at trading Solana. Why don't you get a Solana chart queued up for us? I'll take a look at Kaspa and I'll throw it over you for Solana. Cool. And maybe we can find a trade setup there in that Solana chart as I try to find, let's go just pull up a fresh Kaspa chart here. Kaspa, let's go MEXC. And just on the 1 hour, bull flag, just like on Aerodrome. And you'll notice this is your first time trading crypto. A lot of the charts look the same. Now, the difference here with Caspa and Aerodrome is Caspa is currently has invalidated its bull flag. Why? Because it's trading below its 50% fib level from the move up from around 4.99 cents up to the high of 55385 cents. And so now this is a 1 hour candle. We still have about a little less than 2 minutes left. So if this close remains below 52,674, then with what I consider, right, invalidation, this would, to me, would be an invalidation of a bull flag pattern, which obviously, if you want this thing to go up, you don't want that. You want it to not get invalidated. And so we'll see how this plays out. Potential for a trigger wave on a short. So guys, keep that in mind. If we do get a red dot here, this would be your anchor wave, trigger wave, short setup. We're seeing momentum fall off a cliff. With our momentum indicators, the RSI, stochastics rolling over, both after hitting a high of around, what was this, 89 out of 100. That's your baseline or your upside target here. And so if we get a close below that 50% fib level, if we get a red dot here on market cipher B, then this thing I would be leaning towards a short. And I mean, you have a couple of potential stops below you on the 1 hour. You got your gold pocket here sitting between 51,861 and 52,035. I think more than likely though, if we do get that red dot, I think I would like to target my 786 level for a potential bounce. See how important this level was, consolidating below this level until we saw a breakdown. And that breakdown from the first candle that broke was around 2.83 cents or 2.83%, which is not bad for intraday scalping. And so if that level does not hold, we're probably coming back down and put in a new low here below 4.973 cents. Although if Bitcoin remains above 93,000 or 92K, I don't think that's going to happen, but you got to keep your mind open to these potential scenarios. And we did just get a new candle open. A candle 1 hour is officially closed below the 50% fib level. We got a baby blood diamond on the market side for A. And we have right now a red dot on market cipher B. Now this red dot is not from the previous candle close, it's from the current candle. So we do not want to front run this trade. We don't want to front run the anchor wave, trigger wave short. But if you want to front run a break below, and Caspa is currently falling on the 1 hour, if you want to get into a short, I think it's a little riskier. I think it's better to wait to see what the gold pocket does and what the 786 level does, and maybe look to scalp along there. And also take a look at what your momentum is telling you on indicators like market cipher A and market cipher B. And so right now for me, Caspa, if you're looking for a trade, my friends, is a wait and see for a bounce. Try to front run a short right now. We did technically get a close below, but I don't know. I think that's a lot more risky than waiting for a potential bounce. Okay, that's Caspa. But fundamentally, I like the project. I have some in my long-term bag, but if you're expecting something massive, we were expecting something massive. This was a year ago. Caspa this cycle, but obviously the cycle has played out a little differently. I think Caspa needs another cycle. So if you remain patient, I think it'll serve you well. Short-term price action, if you want to try to make some money trading this thing or adding to your bags, wait to see what the 786 does. If you get a bounce, I think you trade that thing to the upside. Look to cash in before you hit that 50% level. Solana, what do you got?
Solana is making a beautiful trend line. This is perfect right here.
The greatest trend line.
Yeah.
So are you looking to long it?
I'm looking to short it. So it's popping off this trend line. It's really just, it's moving nice. It has a lot of touches. It's respecting it. It's wicked below it, but it's still closing above it, which is beautiful for me.
But wouldn't you want to do a long then?
Well,
or you think it's going to reverse?
So this is my strategy.
Okay.
I trade trend lines, right? And a lot of people trade the bounce off the trend line and stuff like that. But when there's a trend line breakthrough, which happens often, it's more likely to continue to push to the downside or the upside based off of what kind of trend line you have drawn, right? So this is my trend line right here. It's bounced off, it's bounced off, it's bounced off, right? If it bounces off right here, then okay, it keeps going up and it continues to make this uptrend, right? But if it pushes through, then we know it's in a downtrend, right? And that's why I wait for my change of character, which is really showing me that it's going down. And then after my change of character, I'm waiting for a fair value gap. So those two things show me that price is really pushing down. the bears are really in control of the market at that point. And then I'm waiting for my fair value gap to get retested, because typically it's going to respect some fair value gap. And when you're in a good like market, like for instance right here, fair value gap right here, it came up, tested the fair value gap and pushed back down. Fair value gap right here, came up, tested the fair value gap, pushed back down. It's something like that happens. And so I look for that push down, and then I'm ready to get in a trade off of that fair value gap, and then just let the trade ride out. And then I'll trail my stop loss in these consolidation zones. So if I was moving from here, right, it pushed down, okay, it consolidated, pushed down, okay, stop loss comes here, right, comes all the way down, pushes up a little bit, right, and now it's pushing back down. Okay, stop loss is right here now. So it just continues to move and move, and then my TP will either get hit, or I move my TP down and I just trail my stop loss to try and get the most bang for my buck. It really just is whatever you prefer. Most of the time I just let my TP get hit, and boom, it's a banger trade, just like that XRP trade that I showed you. It's a 5-to-1 trade. Now if I lose 3 more 5-to-1 trades, I still made money. So in retrospect,
interesting. So I mean, and I'm usually like this too. Like if I'm drawing a trend line, and the trend line has been hit twice, I'm long in the third one on a bounce. But you're waiting to short it once that trend line breaks. Interesting. Okay. So it broke that trend line right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your trigger to enter a trade? Are you entering now, or are you waiting? I know you talked about change of character, and you talked about fair value gap.
Yeah. So right now, right, this would be the change of character. I would get my change of character at about 141.77.
Okay.
Okay. So it would push all the way down there with a candle. It's a candle closure past this wick is what a change of character is. So this candle will close past this wick right here. The body of the candle will close down here past this wick. Okay. And then my Lux algo will draw a line for me. Just for instance, right here, this wick, push down, closed, change of character. So that's what it'll do. And I say, okay, nice. Now I wait for my fair value gap. It could be a big fair value gap. It could be a small fair value gap. We don't discriminate around here. It's good no matter what.
Okay.
Okay. After that, the midpoint of my fair value gap is what I'm looking for to get hit. That is my most entry zone. That's where I enter every single time. If it doesn't go up there and hit it, boo-hoo, I missed it. It is what it is. Don't FOMO trade, everybody. It's bad. I've made too many mistakes FOMO trading. It's just stupid.
Amen.
So I let it play out. If I get tapped in, okay, now I start managing my trade. Where am I going to move my stop loss? Where's my first stop loss? Okay, first stop loss is here. Where's my TP? Okay, first TP's here. Okay, cool. Now, let me just let the trade play out. If I get stopped out at my first stop loss, okay, boo-hoo, we move on to the next trade. It is what it is. We got to be mentally strong. But if I end up being able to get a nice move and to the downside and I get a consolidation zone, perfect. Here goes my trailing stop loss. If you want to come take me out of my trailing stop loss, I hit break even or I make a little bit of money. So what? It's risk-free. I'm not losing anything. It is what it is. Okay, maybe I lose like $1 if it's at break even, but so what? Right? I'm not losing anything crazy.
Love
so
it.
This is just my strategy, and this is a strategy that I've been working on, and that I know I've tried a lot of strategies, and this is the one that's worked the most for me. So I'm just trying to perfect it personally myself, and I'm trying to help you guys learn it with me while we're all doing it together. And so this has been very successful for me on Solana, on XRP, on Uniswap. I have used this strategy for about 2 months now, which has been beautiful. So
amazing, man. I love it. All right. Well, let us know if you get those, if you get that chach, change your character.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, the chach.
Yeah.
Cha-cha. Oh, it looks like my Aerodrome trade got filled. Wait, did it? Your Aerodrome order was filled. Show me where it was filled. Oh, it's right here. It was filled. All right. So Aerodrome trade filled at 67,465 for $7,000. Took 7 fills to get there. Okay, interesting. All right. So 7K in. Our entry is 67465. Exactly what we're talking about. Currently sitting at 67584. So we are right now in the green. Yay! We should close out our trade. Just kidding. Don't close.
That's really silly. That's bad mental right there. You do that, you're already in a bad head.
Just say you're retarded.
Yeah. Like
so,
Trump says.
Okay, so we're seeing this is Aerodrome hour candle closed. Wick below, wick down. Now we got that perfect retest of that 50% fib level. Now, guys, I'm like 65-35. I'm 65%. We're going to get that break to the upside, and we're going to hit our TP level. But I'm 35%. Is my math good? 65-35? Yeah. I'm 35% that we break below, and we kind of hit our stop loss, but that's okay because our stop loss is fairly tight. And our risk to and our R&R is close to 12-1 on Aerodrome. And so I feel fairly confident unless Bitcoin just takes a complete nosedive. So that's always something that's on the table. But I like this, man. You're seeing on the 15-minute time frame, you're seeing multiple reversal candles here, single candles that signify, hey, this thing looks like it's going to reverse. Let me get rid of market cipher A, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Right, so this is like your inverted hammer at the bottom of a downtrend. Typically, that's a reversal signal. Then you got it backed up by a hammer. Okay, so inverted hammer, regular hammer, right? They're both bullish. Doesn't matter the color. All that matters is your body is less than 3x that of the wick. Okay, which you're seeing. So this tells you, right, if you look at each candle like they're people, okay? These are people, okay? Well, at least before this body went down. But the people try to push the price all the way down, but guess what? More buyers stepped in and pushed the price back up. And depending on where this candle closes in about 5 minutes and 40 seconds, it could tell us that the bulls were in control of that 15-minute candle or the bears were in control. Right now, it's a 50-50. And right now, as you can see, if the candle closes like this is a very bullish signal for a trend reversal in the micro time frame. And we should see a push back up at the very least to around 68.993, and we'll see what price does. That's also where your VWAP sits at around 69 flat, we'll call it. And so I feel fairly confident in this trade, but again, anything can happen. And so you want to make sure you have your
hey, that 12-1 is beautiful, though. I mean,
yeah.
You hit a 12-1 trade, dude. That's beautiful. It's like Magic said that one time. What did he say?
He says
you have to make sure you trade to be able to take losses. Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Magic's smarter than I am. So, yeah.
I mean,
sounds right.
He's smarter than most of us.
He is.
I've never seen somebody break down charts like that guy.
We love Magic. Okay. Someone talked about, and Brendan, keep us in the loop on that potential Solana trade.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at BitTensor. I saw someone in the chat ask for BitTensor. You guys know I'm very bullish on BitTensor fundamentally. Let's take a look at price action. Am I bullish on BitTensor from a price action standpoint? Let's clean up this chart here a little bit. Let's get rid of this. No, I want to keep that. Let's get rid of our brush strokes. Let's get rid of this trend line. Let's get rid of this horizontal and that horizontal. We'll keep our VWAP. We'll keep our VRVP. So BitTensor on the daily. Oh, it just like, why is the 200 MA not? So 200 MA, we are not too far off. If you take a look at where Bitcoin's 200 MA is, we're only an 11% move away, so around 345 from reclaiming our 200-day moving average, which is very, very important if you look at the macro price action. Let's see if we see any bullish divergence here on BitTensor on the daily time frame. Let's take a peek. Let's get rid of that. We are seeing some bullish divergence on BitTensor, my friends, right? Higher low on RSI, lower low on price action, and we're seeing a little bit of a push up. Now, what we want to see is volume. We're not really seeing a lot of volume here. We're seeing volume increase on the previous 2 daily candle closes, but we want to see volume like this, right? This is the kind of volume you want to see. This is the kind of volume you want to see. This is the kind of volume you want to see. So this is still fairly low, although it's gradually making its way back up. Okay. This is a daily. Let's go ahead and let me clean up this chart one more time. Let's go down here. Let's get rid of you. Let's go down to the 12-hour time frame here. Let's see if we see anything on the 12-hour. Got a little bit of a tightening range, or I'm going to call this actually this is an ascending triangle, my friends. This is a bullish pattern here. So you're kind of in this ascending triangle, and if we just remove that part and we just go straight to where we put our bottom end of our ascending triangle, right? This trend line here, putting in the higher lows. And you talk about BitTensor coming down. If we do get another draw to the downside, I would fully expect, if it happens in this candle, 281 to hold. If it happens in the next candle session, yeah, you're looking at around 280 up to around 285. And so if you're looking to add to your BitTensor bag, if you're looking to open a new BitTensor spot position, or if you're looking to trade, I would be very confident unless Bitcoin just nukes, goes down, the markets tank, then yes, it's a different story. Can we get some wicks to the downside that are unfavorable to our trade? Absolutely yes. But that is not my base case, okay? My base case is, if all things considered, Bitcoin's above $88,000 or even $87,000, I want a long BitTensor here at around 282. And my friends, a pushback, even if we get rejected at the top end of the trend line here, that's a 9% move. And so I think the BitTensor chart looks great. Let's take a peek at what the market cipher is telling us. So I think we're out of the woods on a potential short trigger wave, or a trigger wave for a short. RSI looks good. Stochastics need to catch back up. VWAP trending to the upside, and money flow still in the red, but trending up. It looks like it's maybe starting to clip just a little bit here. And if you want to do some chart pattern analysis on your money flow, here's a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders on your money flow. I don't really like to do that, but man, just for fun. Did get a green dot here on the 12-hour time frame. This looks good, man. Let's look at the 6-hour. Let's cut that time frame in half. Money flows in the red and the green on the 6-hour. VWAP looks like it put in a lower high. Momentum looks great. Momentum indicators, momentum waves, they both look great. That's on the 6-hour. Let's trim down to the 4-hour. 4-hour starting to roll over on the momentum indicators a little bit. Red dot on market cipher B. Money flow still deep in the green. And we have VWAP just crossed below 0. So that's one thing to keep in mind. You can see a little bit of a deviation on the 4-hour here. So I expect us to come back into this range. We do have some potential support levels. Your first one here is going to be your VWAP midline at 304.03. Your second one before we hit the bottom end of this range is around 298.6. So a little bit sub $300. But if you want to be a patient trader and get the best bang for your buck, wait for 282. 282 to 285, all things considered, if you get an alert at that price, hey, BitTensor is down to 282, pull up a Bitcoin chart. Where's Bitcoin at? Does it look okay? As long as it doesn't look super bearish, get into a long, set your first TP at 5%, roll it up to 8%.
Yeah.
And there's your trade. There's your money trade.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this Aerodrome trade right here, and I'm just recognizing something.
Am I cooked or what?
I don't think you're cooked, but I do see that this is something that I've learned personally from trading, just the way that I trade is I look at the RSI a lot. And so the 70-30 level is the regular level, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, it's below the 30 level. It's super overbought. Or oversold. I'm like, and they're like, oh, it's going to push back out. Okay. Well, what I look at is the more important level for me, or this is what I've learned, is that the 50 level is more important to me, right? And you even see that, and sometimes it can be used as a resistance level or a support level if it's long or short. So what I'm seeing right here is at this 50 level, we've gotten 2 bounces off of this 50 level, right? Right here. We were up at this 50 level, okay, and then we push back down, right? And then we come back up and we're at the 50 level again right here, and now we're starting to push back down. So I'm just seeing from my perspective, I trade the smaller time frames. I know David is usually on the higher time frames, and he likes to go up there. From my perspective, where I would be trading at if I was going to get into this on a shorter time frame basis, I'm seeing this resistance being held at the 50 level, which is awesome. Which means it'll continue to create a trend, and that doesn't make my bias on this specific thing bearish at all. It just means that it's going to continue to make me a better trend line for my trade to set up and be even better when I hit it.
So just out of my curiosity, do you trade the same? So like right now, it's obviously in a downtrend. Are you waiting for a break above that trend line to do the same thing?
Yep.
Okay, so you're trading the same thing both ways.
I'm waiting for this to come up, push out. It's just like any low or short trade that I would make. It's just waiting for that breakthrough, and then my change of character, my chach as Dave calls it, and then just my fair value gap, and then I just make a trade off of it. But right now, it's making a really nice trend line, which means my trade's going to hit even harder and hit even better because I know that it's been respecting that trend line. It's been respecting it, and then it's going to continue to respect it. And then once it breaks through it, then I know it's disrespecting that trend line, and it's gonna go up there and do exactly what it's supposed to do. So,
brother, disrespect is just
yeah.
Yeah, and Aerodrome is seeing a little bit of a pullback now on the 1 hour time frame. It is currently trading below its 50% fib level. We said this could potentially happen, so I have a really tight stop loss. It did break through that VWAP line as well, that blue line, 67 point, excuse me, 447. So we'll see if our stop loss gets hit. At this point, I think there's a good chance, yeah, this thing's dropping. Our stop loss probably will get hit, and then we'll reevaluate. The stop loss just got hit. Okay, stop loss got hit. I think it was for like $30 or something, man, which is totally fine. This thing could reverse and go the way we expected it to go, but right now, looks like Aerodrome is in a free fall, and I bet you Caspa's probably the same, right? Similar setup, yeah. And so Caspa is approaching its gold pocket here. And it looks like it might be getting a bounce. Aerodrome, on the other hand.
Hey, on that Solana trade, we just got our change of character with the breakthrough.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a look.
So it's actually a huge breakthrough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is our change of character right here. Exactly what I was looking for. So
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is now a new fair value gap. If this pushes all the way back up, I will use this fair value gap right here. This is the fair value gap I prefer to use. I prefer to use the first fair value gap after the change of character every time. I've done many trades where I use this fair value gap, this first fair value gap, no matter what, and it doesn't always work, right? It won't always go up there and tap that in, and I could miss out on a trade because of that. So with my strategy, I've now started to use the first fair value gap or after my change of character. So I draw this out, right? If it stays here, obviously, I have my midline drawn out. So this would be where my trade entry would be. And in retrospect, it will come up, tap me in right here about 141.66, and then it'll push right back down. And so that's what I would do. I would probably set this up for 4-1 to start. So this would be here. And then I would start this at I don't know why the risk to reward is saying that, but what the hell? Oh, it's because it's a long. Yeah. I was about to say. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. All right, here we go. So I would probably put this this would go right here to the top of my fair value gap. Oh, no, that's too high. Top of my fair value gap. Boom. I'd start this at a 4, right? This is where I would be looking to take profit at first, but I need to mark out my half level so that when it comes and touches this right here. Okay, so boom, we got our fair value gap. So right now I would get into a trade right here I would put a limit order right here at 141.65, looking for this to come up and tap into my midpoint. And then no matter what, don't get worried about this running away, because a lot of times it'll come and it'll consolidate and then it'll push up, boom, and then it'll burst back down. And that's how a lot of my trades go. If it doesn't, so what? Boo-hoo, we move on to the next one. This is my half level right here. So I would mark this out for me. Boom. Here we go. Boom. This is my 1/2 level. I mean, it's not very straight, but that's my 1/2 level. Okay. Now I take this, move it back down to my 4. Okay. So whatever platform I'm trading on, I go on there, right? Mark this all out. Okay. Take half my profit out here, whatever it is. And then boom, I let the trade play out after that. So
beautiful.
That's how this trade would work for me. Hopefully we come up and get tapped in. If we don't, we don't. And if it free falls and we miss it, then it is what it is.
It almost got tapped in on that 1 minute candle there.
Yeah. So we could see it. I mean, this is nothing right here. This is like a lot of people get scared of this right here, this push down. I'm not scared of it at all. And it's something I used to get scared of. I would be right here and I'd be like, oh, I need to move my limit order down here so it comes and gets hit. No, because then if I move my limit order down here, 1, I make less money, and 2, if I get tapped in and it pushes back up, I lose more money.
Yes.
So it is what it is. If it runs away from me, it runs away from me, and so what? It's scared of me.
The beauty of it is scared of me. The beauty of it is we're on a 1 minute time frame, so you'll probably get a very similar setup not too long after.
Yeah. So,
but I love that, and I'll tell you what, man. It's a struggle to stay disciplined to the levels you've mapped out already. I've done it a few times where you're like, you know what, oh, man, this thing it's breaking down. Let me move my limit order down. As soon as you move a limit order down, the order fills, and then you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
It goes
well,
back up.
This is my thing. You're gonna, like, you're gonna get into that trade like that, and then you just look like silly. Like you just like, oh, I need it. And really in reality, like the trade could come back up, smack this. Okay, let's say I do push my thing right here, and my TP's, I want my TP to be tight, and it's right here. And then it comes and it smacks the midpoint of my fair value gap and pushes it back down. I just look like an idiot. I just missed out on my whole trade because I wanted to be in there before somebody else.
Yeah.
Like just let it play out. If it doesn't play out, then so what? It ran away. Like whatever.
You ever had a girl that ran away from you?
Nah.
Good for you.
I've never missed, I don't think.
Fair enough.
I'm like
you're
Steph
still very
Curry.
young, so
Like
you got
Steph
time.
Curry,
You're Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Guys, do me a favor, man. We're trying to grow Brendan's social media. And so I have his Instagram page. He just created it. He had a personal one, but it was more about, his days being a star football player. And so we got a new one for him. Do us a favor. Go on Instagram. Do you have X, by the way, or not yet? Twitter?
No, I don't have X.
Okay, we're going to set you up in X.
Yeah.
He's also in our Discord. He's going to be posting trade setups in Discord. And so join our Discord. It's free. And in the trading setups portion, you'll see all the trades that he puts in. I'll be putting some of mine as well. And so, but do me a favor, go follow him. The link is pinned to the top of your comments in the live chat. And so let's get him up to if we can, let's get him up to 50 today. He's at 15. Let's get 35 new followers. And then
and the logo will get changed because it's ugly.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's a pretty ugly logo.
Yeah,
we'll get you a new one. Don't worry.
It's all right.
Get our graphics team on it. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for the show today. I want to thank you guys very much, and also make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We'll be doing another trading show, I believe, tomorrow and Friday. So the best way to know, as I try to hold back a sneeze. I held it back. I did it. You proud of me?
Thank you. That was nice, dude. Wow.
And just subscribe to the channel, have notification bells on so you know when we go live. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning for the live show, morning show. Until then, guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.